What's up, you guys? Steve here with your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. And in today's video, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest regarding the unemployment provisions because there's some talk about having them reduced. Now, this comes after we heard the breaking news this morning about stimulus checks. If you guys didn't see it, I uploaded a video as soon as the news came out that stimulus checks, they have been changed in the stimulus package, and now there's going to be a lot less people getting stimulus checks. The income eligibility requirements have been reduced from what they previously were, and now we're hearing reports that approximately 8 million, some saying 12, some saying as many as 16 million people who previously got the first two rounds of stimulus checks will now be left out in this third round because they make too much money. Now, that was not the only provision that was put on the table. There was also a suggestion to reduce unemployment as well. Now, this is coming from moderate Democrats. They're suggesting that we reduce the $400 per week boost down to $300 per week. Now, the question is this going to be happening? Is this also going to get cut like the stimulus checks we saw this morning? Well, we have some updates that came out from Congress today. So I'm going to get you guys caught up on the latest. We're going to be diving into some video footage and some articles letting you know the latest on unemployment. And you guys, this needs to happen right away because March 14th is the cutoff deadline for unemployment benefits. So a stimulus package needs to get passed before then to extend unemployment benefits and to provide these provisions. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing a lot of people without benefits. So we're going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, take a second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, leaving comments, and sharing these videos out to anybody that you think might be interested. It helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And also, if this is your first time here, if you're not already a part of the viewing community that we like to call the Ram Fam, and you'd like to join to stay up to date on stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with money, why don't you go ahead and take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And also, if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3 because I do my best to respond to as many questions here on YouTube as I can, but there's a lot, so I don't get to them all. I try my best, but Instagram is also a great way to get a hold of me as well if you need any questions answered. But you guys, let's go ahead and dive into this breaking news that came out today regarding potential provision modifications and the latest that we've heard from Congress now, specifically on unemployment provisions. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so first we're going to be taking a look at some video footage that just came out. And in this video footage, first they're going to be discussing the breaking news update on the stimulus checks and the change to the eligibility income requirements. Then after, they're going to be discussing unemployment. And then I'm going to dive into an article to give you more details specifically on unemployment provisions. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
But first to Washington this hour, where Senate lawmakers are debating President Biden's $1.9 trillion economic relief bill. Let's bring in Jessica Smith for the very latest on some developments there. And Jess, Democrats really trying to race to get this one done by March 14th, when we'll see some of those federal unemployment benefits expire.
Exactly. They are racing against the clock here to get this done. And in just the past hour or so, we learned a little bit more about what the Senate version of this bill is going to look like. According to two Democratic sources, President Biden has agreed to lower the income levels for people who are eligible for stimulus checks. So now in this new package, individuals making more than $80,000 will not qualify for the $1,400 direct payments. That's compared to $100,000 in the House bill. Heads of households will be out of the eligibility range if they make more than $120,000. The cap for joint filers is $160,000. That's lower than the House bill, which was at $200,000. So that is a difference there that you're probably going to see upset some progressive lawmakers, but it's something that Democrats, moderate Democrats, have been pushing for in the Senate. Senator Joe Manchin is one who has been pushing to further target the stimulus checks. So now leadership is trying to keep those moderate Democrats happy so they can get every single Democratic vote. They need everybody on board if they're going to pass this legislation. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader McConnell talked about this yesterday. Let's watch.
The American people, including Republicans, show very strong support for this bill. And they know, and the reason is simple. We have to crush the virus. We have to get our economy back on track. We have to get Americans back to work.
So we'll be fighting this in every way that we can. It is my hope that at the end, Senate Republicans will unanimously oppose it, just like House Republicans did. And I think it's noteworthy that over in the House, the only thing bipartisan about the proposal was the opposition to it.
All right, so I'm going to take a minute to pause it right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That is on the stimulus checks. Now we're going to be diving into the unemployment because, as I mentioned, stimulus check reductions was not the only thing that was put on the table. We also heard about unemployment, but we have an update from Congress. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Another development just in the past hour or so is the enhanced unemployment benefit, what that is going to look like. A Democratic source tells me that it will be $400 a week through the end of August. Moderates have been pushing to bring that number down to $300, while progressives would have liked to see the unemployment benefits go through the end of September. So what they've landed on is keeping it the same as what it was in the House bill, $400 a week through the end of August. Now, whatever the Senate changes to the bill, the House is going to have to take it up again. And I think you are going to see some progressive Democrats who are upset about these changes, that fewer people will be getting stimulus checks. We did talk to Congresswoman Jayapal yesterday on the shows, and she said it would be a real problem if the Senate undermines the bill. So we'll be looking for more reaction to these changes in the coming days. Zach and Kiko.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As what we're hearing from Congress is that the unemployment provisions will remain the same. They're not going to get reduced, despite the fact that some moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin have proposed reducing the benefit from $400 per week to $300 per week. They're saying what you saw passed in the House, it's going to remain the same. It's going to be a $400 weekly boost, and PUA and PEUC will be extended out for the same duration, which is March 14th, that week of March 14th, all the way out, carrying you out till the week of August 29th. So as soon as the current extension ends, this new one's going to pick up and take you out. So what we're also hearing is it sounds like it was a bit of a negotiating process between moderate Democrats and Joe Biden. Moderate Democrats came and said we need to more target stimulus checks, and we also need to reduce the unemployment provisions to make this bill more directed towards pandemic issues for those who need it the most. And Joe Biden sounds like he was willing to compromise on stimulus checks, but he's holding strong on unemployment. So he gave to get. So that is where they met in the middle in the negotiating process. Now, what we're also hearing, we're receiving reports that the next stimulus package, so keep in mind right now, what they're negotiating is the American Rescue Plan, which is going to provide unemployment benefits from March 14th to August 29th. The next stimulus package, which is known as the Build Back Better Plan, which we've heard could be up to $3 to $4 trillion, and it's going to be the next package that's going to be rolling out after this current one is passed. They're saying this next one is going to be very focused on unemployment provisions and also could have multiple stimulus checks. Now, this is all in the works. We don't have anything official, but we've been hearing this leaking out here that the Senate is turning their eyes to the next stimulus package. And unemployment benefits, they're saying, could be a massive part of the bill. So there is still a lot to come on provisions in stimulus. But now let's go ahead and dive into an article that's going to give us more detail on unemployment that is in this package and what's going to be going forward. So let's take a look at what unfolded in Congress today. Now, this article came out today from Yahoo Finance, and the focus is the stimulus check change. However, they also give us a little bit of information on unemployment as well. So a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out for yourself. And it says, stimulus checks. White House agrees to tighten eligibility rules for the $1,400 direct payments. And it says, moderate Democrats have also been pushing to lower enhanced unemployment benefits to $300 per week, down from the $400 per week. The House bill extended the benefits through August 29th, but progressives, like Senator Ron Wyden, has been fighting to extend it out through September. Now, two Democratic sources said that the Senate bill is expected to keep the benefits at $400 per week and extend it out through August. Now, adding $400 per week to jobless benefits and covering gig workers and the self-employed is the boldest action that Congress has ever taken to support jobless Americans during the economic crisis, said Senator Ron Wyden. And he said, I push hard for keeping the 6 months of benefits, and I'm going to keep fighting and to extend them once we hit August. Now, Wyden said that he'll continue to fight for long-term unemployment insurance reform and automatic stabilizers in months ahead. So as I mentioned, the next stimulus package that's going to be coming, the Build Back Better plan, he's already getting things together for that, and he's suggesting automatic stabilizers and really focusing on potential unemployment benefits. Now, another article says narrowing eligibility for the stimulus checks was one of the changes that moderates like Shaheen and Joe Manchin had been seeking. Several were also eyeing targeting money for state and local governments and changing the structure of the weekly federal unemployment benefits in the bill to keep them at $300 per week, their current level, rather than raising them up to $400 per week as proposed by Biden and passed in the House. Now, Senate Democrats do not intend to adopt the suggested change to unemployment benefits, and they will stay at $400 per week, aides said. The unemployment benefits are currently set to expire March 14th. The Biden bill would extend them through August. Democrats are aiming for a final passage of the bill ahead of March 14th, the deadline. So there you guys have it. A lot of information rolling out today as stimulus checks got reduced. Unemployment benefits are going to be staying the same, and there's been a lot of news rolling out in the past 48 hours as we heard that stimulus checks could get cut, and they did. Unemployment could get cut. It stayed the same. And also we're hearing that the next stimulus package, the Build Back Better plan, could have multiple stimulus checks. And even though it's an infrastructure bill, it also could have a strong focus on unemployment. And you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date as more information rolls out here on the channel. And once again, if you made it this far and you haven't already, why don't you just go ahead and smash that like button? It helps out the channel. Make it turn blue or gray, whatever color it is on your phone or on your computer. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so that way as soon as I upload you can get notified, and follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3 because why not? Well, you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on everything rolling out here on the channel. And I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.